Compare these two versions of the same chord progression. Version 1, version 2. Version 2 is smoother, it's more connected, and those chords just sing. Even though I'm pretty much playing the same notes, it just feels like a totally different level. Everything just flows and the chords feel rich, colourful, and intentional. The secret? It's all about your thumbs. This voicing system I use 95% of the time, whether I'm playing solo or I'm playing in a band, and I've taught it to hundreds of piano players over the years, and it just works. I'm going to break it all down step by step so you can start using it in your playing too. Let's dive in. Okay, so let's break down how this voicing system works. Now, there are always three key things to remember when you're playing these voicings. Your left hand little finger always plays the root, your left hand thumb plays the seventh, and your right hand thumb plays the third. Okay, so in the case of C major 7, which is what we're playing here, we've got our little finger on the C, the root, we've got our left hand thumb on the seventh, which is a B, and then we've got our right hand thumb on the E, which is a third. Okay, that's the third of the chord. There we go, C major 7. If we do the same thing for, say, F major 7, let's do it again. So we're going to go left hand little finger on the root, which is an F, left hand thumb on the seventh, which is an E, and right hand thumb on the third, which is an A. There we go. It's pretty simple. Once you get the hang of that structure, you can then apply it to different chords, and all of the chords we're going to be using here have sevenths in them. And the reason why these are called thumbs voicings is because our thumbs are always playing the key notes of the chords. Sometimes known as guide tones, you might have heard that before. It's the third and the seventh of the chord. They're the notes that give the chord its character, so we know whether it's major 7, 7, minor 7. You can glean a lot just from those two notes, and they're always played in our thumbs. Now, if you're thinking, wait, that doesn't sound anywhere near as rich as what you played in the earlier example, don't worry, we've still got some extra notes to add, okay? So let's go back. There's our shape. We're now going to add the fifth in our right hand, which on C major 7 is a G. So I'm playing that in my second finger there. And then we're also going to add in one more note, which is the ninth of the chord. And I'm going to play that up in my little finger. Up there on C major 7, that's a D. If you're not too sure what a ninth is, don't worry, it's the same as a second. It's kind of known as an extension. It's a way of adding more colour to the chord. So there's our shape for C major 7. I mean, I guess that would be C major 9 now, but we're enriching the chords. Let's do the same thing on D minor 7, right? Let's build it up and add in those notes. So there's our original shape. We're now going to add in the fifth in our right hand, which is an A, and we're then going to add in the ninth, which is an E. It's the same structure, we've just applied it to a different chord. By the way, I've put together a free PDF lesson book to go with this video. It's a complete guide with full notation and sheet music to help you bring everything we've covered into your own playing. Just click the link in the description or scan this QR code. Pop in your name and email and I'll send it straight to your inbox. Go ahead and grab it. I think you'll find it super helpful. Now, the thing is, whenever you're learning a new voicing, you don't just want to practice it in isolation. You want to find a way to put it into a musical context straight away as soon as you can. So that's exactly what we're going to do now. We're going to put this into what we call a 2-5-1 progression. You might have heard this before. 2-5-1 in the key of C is D minor 7, G7, C major 7. It's called a 2-5-1 progression because the 2 chord in the key of C is D minor 7, the 5 chord is G7, and the 1 chord is C major 7. The 1 chord is where we're heading. It's like the destination. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. Listen what happens if I apply exactly the same chord structure to each of the chords in the 2-5-1. So there's our D minor 7, there's our G7, there's our C major 7. Listen to it. A lot of jumping about. It all feels a bit clunky, disconnected, nothing really flows. It actually sounds more like the first version we listened to at the beginning of the video. So we need to find a way to tweak this. And this is exactly where the magic of these thumbs voicings comes in. So what we're going to do is alternate the notes in our voicings to create smoother movements. So when we move from the D minor 7 to the G7, we're going to switch the 3rd and the 7th and flip the 5th and the 9th. Okay, it sounds way more complicated than it is. I'm going to break it all down for you. But just check out the sound of it. It sounds so much better. It just works. Okay, let's go into exactly how we're going to do that. So let's just break it down with our thumbs to begin with. So there's our D minor 7, the root, the 7th and the 3rd. When we go to the G7, we want to flip those. So rather than going 7th, 3rd, we want to go 3rd, 7th. So check it out. G, 3rd, 7th. See that? Works so well because this just stays where it is. That F stays where it is. And that, our thumb, just goes down a semitone. It's beautiful. It sort of works so well. See how it connects everything together. Okay. And then when we go back to the C major 7, we want to go back to our original formation. So at the moment we're in 3rd, 7th. We now want to go 7th, 3rd. Do you see that? If I play the whole thing just with my thumbs and the root note, this is what it looks like. Just works. And you can see every note in the chord has got a pathway to go on. We call that really good voice leading. Now we haven't added in the rest of our right hand yet, okay, the 5th and the 9th, but those are doing the same thing as well. They're flipping. So there's our D minor 7. We got the 5th and the 9th, okay? Now when we go to the G7, they're going to become the 9th and the 5th. You see that? So 9th and the 5th. Got the A and the D there. And now we want to go back to the 5th and the 9th. So we go on the C major 7, 5th and the 9th. Okay, there's a lot of information there, okay? Remember, it's all written out for you in that lesson book. If I just play you the sequence, you can hear it. Oh, it's so satisfying, isn't it? I love this. It just works. It works really well. Now, as if that wasn't enough, there are so many different ways you can take this whole voicing system. I'll be really honest, when I first started learning it, it took me so long to get into my playing, mainly because there are so many things you can change and tweak, and you can keep on pushing it further to suit the style of music you're playing. And I'm going to show you a little bit of that now, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to do something where we alter one of the chords. We change one of the notes in one of the chords to make it richer, more kind of crunchy and juicy, if you like, a bit more of a juicy chord. In a 2-5-1 progression, the chord most people tend to change or go for immediately to kind of add some kind of spiciness would be that middle chord. So in the case of D minor 7, G7, C major 7, it would be that middle chord, the G7. And that's what we're going to do now. So we're going to change up that G7 chord and we're going to give it a flat 9, which means we're going to bring the 9th down by a semitone, down by a half step. So let's do that. There's our D minor 7 shape. Let's go to the regular G7, which is there, but we're going to find the 9th and we're going to bring it down by a semitone and put it there. See that? Just got a little bit of something else, a little bit more spice, and then we're going to resolve it to the C major 7. There it is. I'll just play it all for you. It sounds even better, and some of you might not be able to reach this, but if, when you go to the G7, you play your root down there and stretch that. That's quite a large interval to stretch. It's a little bit more advanced. You play it up like that. Just sort of supports it a little bit more. But it's just a quick way that you can add some extra tension into your chord. So that is a G7 flat 9. I think one of the main reasons I love it is because it's so versatile. You can use it in so many different styles of music. You can use it in jazz standards, you can use it in pop songs. Anytime you've got chord sequences that go round the circle of fifths, which is the case in a lot of jazz standards. And you can actually see, if I pop up a circle of fifths here, you can see that actually a 2-5-1, D minor 7, G7, and C major 7, it's literally there on the circle of fifths. You can actually practice these voicings going round the circle of fifths over and over and get them in all different keys. And as part of that lesson book download, I've actually put in a playlist of songs that you can try these voicings out on. There's some jazz standards in there, there's some pop tunes, all sorts of different things. You can really just give it a go over a real life song. Okay, let's inject some rhythm into these voicings just to kind of bring them to life. This is something I do all the time when I'm playing, and it's a way you can make your practice sound like actual music. Rather than just running through concepts, bring it to life and give it a groove. I'm just going to play along with a drum track and give you a blast of what this sounds like. Then I'm going to break it down for you step by step. Okay, so all I was doing there was I was just taking the notes of the voicing and arpeggiating them, and I was kind of doing it in this rhythm. If I break it down slowly, I'm really going little finger, thumb, thumb, and those two notes are going down together. Our fifth and our ninth are going down together. Just gives it a really nice kind of shape. I'm doing that on each of the chords. Really locking in with that 16th note in the drum groove. I'm really listening to that. And then all I was doing to give it a little bit more interest was just playing about with the rhythm on that C major 7 chord. So rather than just holding it down for 2 bars, long time, I was just improvising rhythmically. So I might go 2, 3, 4. I just came up with my own rhythm. It could be simple, it could be whatever you want. It's just about changing it up on that chord and giving yourself a bit of freedom to do something. There are a couple of other things I threw in. When you get to that C major 7 voicing, you can do what I call a joystick approach, right? Which is where you bring the whole voicing down a semitone, okay? So each note goes down a semitone from where it was to there. So it sounds like a horror movie, doesn't it? Except you keep the root where it is. Okay, you see that? So you then go, just like a really nice way. Just sounds so cool. It's like a joystick because you're moving the whole voicing down and then back up. Everything's going like, whoa! It's quite fun. I'm going to have one more go at doing this with the track. I'm just going to play about a little bit and see what comes out. You can also download this drum track as part of that lesson book, so you can actually practice along like I'm doing here. Let's give it a go. Something like that. It gives you an idea though, right? There are so many different directions you can take these thumbs voicings, but for now, what I'd really encourage you to do is lock in those core shapes. They're all written out for you in the free PDF lesson book. You can then start applying them to any chord sequence, and you can really start taking your playing to a whole new level. To give you a taste of where this can go, I'm going to leave you with a short improvised piece where I'm pretty much using just these thumbs voicings, just shaping them in a creative way. So I hope you enjoy that. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.